hey, it's the Pacific Northwest Geek here. Echo Hero here. Cha, cha, cha. Baby. Now, if you've seen watch my previous video, my review of Ghostquake, aka Haunted High, you might remember I said for the month of October that I'd be looking at supernatural, ghost type stuff for the month of October. And that I'd be calling it Echoplasm, which once again, this name comes from Mr. Bones. Naughty Bones. He's not Mr. Bones. He's Naughty Bones. Naughty Bones. He's not a boglin, he's a nutty one. Anyways, the story tells these three friends, after the death of a friend of theirs, they get together, they go drinking, and decide to go to the cemetery where the friends buried. Now, two of these friends apparently were a couple, but that didn't end too good. And the one guy ended up getting married, and the girl, she didn't take it well. Come to find out, she ended up stalking the guy and his wife at one point. But anyways, they go to the graveyard to pay their respects to the friend. And one of them finds this black envelope with this little poem, and I forget what it says. But they end up dancing on these three graves. Afterwards, life seems to go on. Nothing's big. The one guy goes back to his wife, and everything seems okay. She starts kind of sensing that something's not right. He's acting differently. She's getting these strange phone calls, and she thinks it's her husband's ex, because she's like, now she's back in our life, and now she's going to be harassing and stalking us again. He's like, hey, you know what? Nothing's going on. You're just overreacting. Goes put in the security system. As he's put in the security system, he hears the piano playing. Oh, honey, that sounds pretty good. You're doing pretty good. You're doing. Looks out the window, and his wife's she's on one of the groceries from the car, and he's like, if you're there, who's playing the piano? Anyways, later, after he's installed this system, he hears some kind of noise, gets a golf club, goes to find out what's going on. She's in bed when she hears the sound of a woman and rolls over, and there's a woman in the room with her who attacks her. She screams. Her husband comes to her rescue. There's a bang on the door. It's the cops, because it's a security system called the cops. They don't find the woman, but the wife thinks it's the ex. So they go to confront the ex. And, I forgot, by the way, the husband's played by Dominique Here! Well, anyways, they go to confront the ex. The ex's place is a mess, and the ex is in the bathtub. She's got marks on her, and she's all like, something's happened. And they go take her to the doctor to find out the marks, the bite marks, and those signs of sexual assault. So they go to see the other guy that was in the graveyard with them, and he's got these paranormal researchers. The one guy is played by, the head paranormal research guy is played by Here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name. And they tell him what happened, including the whole dance on the graves. So they go to the graveyard. They go, what are the graves that you dance on? And he goes, well, we danced on this grave. Oh, yeah, and the girl, she danced on this grave over here. The grave that the girl danced on doesn't have a name on it. It has two words on it. Good riddance. Ooh. And they get told, this ain't good. This section of the graveyard, this is where they put the undesirables. This is where they put the drunks and the drug addicts, the mentally ill, the bad people. This is where they put them. So, anyways, the girl who danced on Good Riddance, she gets attacked. Her and the nurse get attacked at the hospital. The nurse's face gets thrown out the window. Her face gets all messed up. And the girl ends up leaving the hospital to go be with her friends. Well, they find out from the paranormal research people, hey, we look at these graves. So the one guy, the one who read the thing, we danced on a boy who was a sickly kid who was a pyromaniac who burnt the house down, killing himself and his family. And he's like, well, it was an accident maybe. And they go, nope, the houseman don't think it was an accident. Thinks the kid did it on purpose. Ooh. The guy was married. He danced on the grave of a music teacher who had an affair with some other guy. And when the guy wouldn't leave his wife for her, she took an axe to the guy's wife. Ugh. And half for Good Riddance. Turns out Good Riddance was actually a judge who, on the surface, he seemed like a good guy. Nothing wrong. Then, after he died, the town was planning some kind of special memorial for him until someone found the journal. The guy was a sick motherfucker. He apparently liked torturing women, and he got his rocks off. He got aroused by torturing these women in some particular brutal ways, and he wrote it all down in his journal. So then they go look in the basement, and they find the remains of a woman he killed in a cage. So they're like, how do we get this curse off us? So they try to get it off him, but the associate whatever of the head research guy, she wants to get evidence of this. She sabotages it, making things worse. Now, I'm not going to go any more beyond this because I don't want to spoil too much. Yes, this is an almost 20-year-old movie, which last time I saw this was probably about 2026, 2027, 2028 at the latest. So last time I saw this was almost 20 years ago. Because this was part of, again, this is part of, I don't know if I mentioned it before, this is part of the After Dark, aka 8 Films to Die For, which was a series that ran from 2006 to 2015. There were some gaps there. And what they would do is they would put, release these 8 films that were supposed to be scary, too extreme, or whatever. And this movie was one of the ones from the first year. And I do believe I enjoyed it. It's a good film. Of course, I haven't seen it in almost 20 years, so before I did this review, I sat down and watched it, and I don't know, maybe I still find it a good film, but maybe the 2006, 2007, 2008, the echo from almost 20 years ago has a different taste than the echo of 2025, although it still is good. The effects, I mean, it's 2006 effects. Like the fact that they had to do this effect where you don't see the boy but you can see his footsteps, so you see where the ground is catching on fire has footsteps. That's kind of cool. Where the girl gets sucked in a casket, pulled into a casket, the casket starts draining on the ground. Okay, that's a good scene. CGI, yeah, there's CGI. Like when the gate is around this building, because at the end they're at the paranormal guy's house and they get trapped in there where the gate is around the paranormal house, wraps its sound around the house, and imprisons everybody. Kills, nothing's too graphic. I think the most graphic is someone gets the throat cut, maybe an axe in the chest. This might be the first time I saw Dominique, because I don't recall him before this. He did, went on to do, what was that TV show he was? He did this TV show. And then he went on to play, Captain Cold, or whatever his character was called, on Flash, and then later on, Legends of Tomorrow. And of course, this guy is a face I've seen a whole bunch of times. I just have trouble remembering his name, which is here. And I was a fan of After Dark, 8 Films to Die For. At some point, I stopped liking what they were releasing when they released a butterfly effect movie. So again, I like to say, if you've seen this movie, tell me what you guys think about it. But I'm going to go a little bit further and ask another question. If you have watched any of the 8 Films to Die For After Dark, what is your favorite? Mine is Reincarnation, which I probably am going to review. If I haven't reviewed it already, I probably will review it for this series because I do happen to like it. It's J-horror. It's probably my favorite J-horror movie. But anyways, I've got to go. I got to do some editing and gotta top my tea off. By the way, in October, we wear pink. Remember, pink. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, I believe. Anyways, I am the Pacific Northwest Geek Echo Zero, and I will see you on the flip side to the blue.